ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the Arbiter, your favorite Time Lord VTuber, the one and only. Let's get Rick on board and we can get Star Wars underway. Oh, and I spoke too soon. We're starting at 6 and going to 8. Okay, sure, we can make that happen. We'll just play some Vampire Survivors until then. Or some Pokemon. Huh. What was I doing? Oh, yes, I remember. Just lower that. Lower that. Lower that. Load ROM. And, where was I? Here we go. Oh, and my controller's not plugged in. There we go. Continue where we left off. How many balls do we have? 5 Pokeballs? We're gonna need more than 5. And we can only afford 8. Just by 5. Activate Twitch on my phone so I can see what you fine folks are saying in the chat. Tangelo Island is something compared to the North Island. Every year a herd of Lapras swims by Tangelo Island. Trainers who want to challenge the Orange League often start their journey on Tangelo Island. So this is where the story really begins then. Why are you looking so disapprovingly? Can't a man just cook at home? We live in an emancipated world, you know. It's embarrassing how long it took me to realize that word was emancipated. I guess Vine Whip. Yep, that did the job. Okay, you're a bird trainer, so let's send out... Pikachu's completely overpowered. Does Lapras know any ice moves? Mist, but that's not offensive. Only Surf and Water Gun. I was thinking Ice Beam, Blizzard, Surf, and... oh, fuck it. Alright, we are fighting at a disadvantage, but we can manage. Why are you using a Pokemon to swim? Because Ash does not know how to swim. You're gonna send out Magikarp, aren't you, Mr. Fisherman? Yeah, I knew it. Oh, that was pathetic. That was no XP at all. My apologies. I probably should be sending Lapras out to fight these Magikarp to get more XP, but, fuck it. Oh man, my arm really hurts. Fancy a Pokemon battle? Yeah, sure, why not? Krabby, huh? This'll be an easy fight. Let's try and catch this Tentacool. I'm gonna growl. Now let's try the Pokeball. Hell yeah. Valencia Island. I wanted to come back here. I wanted to catch those shiny Pokemon in the forest. feel like using any attacks would be risking fainting it. Let's send in Lapras. Ah, dang it! Okay, I'm not gonna catch a Weepin' Bell. I was gonna catch a regular Bellsprout and evolve it. Another Weepin' Bell. There we go, that's Bellsprout. Good. Good. Oh shit, wait, no, that's not what I meant to do! Fuck. I wanted to use Leech Seed on it and weaken it further. And that one's a girl. Okay, we're gonna just slow roll it with Leech Seed and Growl on this Caterpie. Just gotta wait it out like a siege. almost there. Just a little more. Okay, now. Now we do it. Yes! And with that, we get our first shiny Pokemon of the run. Now, it is 5:58. Rick is logging on to Star Wars right now. We're going to save the game and switch over to Star Wars. I better switch. I've noticed we were getting some really nasty frame lags or frame drops. Oh, that's not good. Hey there!
Hello there!
So, bad news. We were dropping frames like a motherfucker during the live stream. While I was playing Pokemon, waiting for 6 p.m. So we are
really?
We dropped like 80% of the frames.
I didn't know you guys were still live.
Yeah. I went live like as soon as it was done, and then I saw your message, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just play some Pokemon until Rick's ready. But I'm glad I did that because our the frame capture was like 80% dropped. That's really bad. That's worse than what we were experiencing when I was when I was trying to multi-stream and the multi-stream was broken.
So, was it like this earlier in the week, or did it just happen today?
This happened just today, and my computer has been exhibiting some odd behavior today. I lost it. It was acting like the drive where I stored one of my Steam libraries was disconnected when I launched Steam today, and OBS was acting like it had lost the pathing to the various cutaways, intro cards, and sound effects on that I had set up.
That is so weird. Do you think we'd be able to do the podcast still, or would that be an issue there too? So last I didn't get a chance to. Oh, did we have issues with the emulator last time?
What was that?
I said, did we have issues with, like, the emulator last time?
It crashed when I used save states, but other than that, no.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Where is...
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Orange
right.
Island. So I came all the way back to Valencia Island to catch those shiny Pokemon in the forest.
Oh, nice. Did you get more Pokeballs?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's right. They were in the shop, right?
Yep. Now, I want a shiny Paris, but this one's a girl. And since we know that every Pokemon in this forest is shiny, I'm just gonna keep grinding until we get a male one. Okay, I think I caught a shiny Caterpie, so we're gonna try and catch this shiny Bellsprout. We're gonna Leech Seed and Slow Roll it with Growl.
Oh, that's a Pokeball icon there.
Yeah, that's because I already caught a Bellsprout, but it wasn't shiny.
Oh, okay.
Man, this whole day has just been cursed for streaming, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That's the first time this has happened since, like, I think, like, either April or May of last year. Now it's starting really hot. It's funny because it made it successfully for most of the summer. It's just now we're starting getting all whimsy.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 ticks. Yes!
Oh, okay, that's good. I just checked the Bulbapedia, and a Paris is a 50-50 shot at being male or female, so it's definitely possible. You know, I'm really surprised you never got a mainline Pokemon game that actually started the characters from the anime, or at least the incarnation of those characters.
Yeah, it really is a shame.
Yeah, now Ash is gone for good, so that window has sailed.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, Ash actually completed his became Pokemon Master at the end of like the anime adaptation of Sun and Moon.
So who the hell are we following now?
And after it's a boy and a girl pair, but I think they're twins. And it's been the case since the Sword and Shield anime.
I don't know. I liked Ash.
Yeah, here it was. I get where you're coming from, but I think to me it felt like Ash kind of like overstayed his arc. Like I really feel like he should have become Pokemon Master way sooner than he did. Like the guy literally changed like 2 VAs in the English dub in the years it took, right?
I mean, yeah, sure, but just because he became a league champion doesn't mean he couldn't become he couldn't remain the main character.
Well, you gotta keep in mind the whole premise of the anime since the beginning was for Ash to become Pokemon Master. So once he accomplished the goal, there wasn't really a point to continue the journey, because he did the mission.
I mean, sure, but I've always considered a Master to be both a League Champion and completing the Pokedex. Not just one or the other.
I'm pretty sure he had caught every Pokemon up to that point in the Gen 7 thing. I know there's more Pokemon in like Sword and Shield and stuff, but like I think once working on the anime, they just want to move on to someone new because they had Ash for like 20 years straight, and like they probably just want to take a break to do something else.
Yeah. You know what my arm feels like? You know that soreness you get in your muscles when you do like an intense weightlifting session and you're like sore the next day? That's where I feel like that's what it feels like, which is weird because I didn't lift any heavy weights yesterday or today.
Interesting.
The box of stuff for the career fair that I was attending on behalf of my employer wasn't that heavy. Oh, hell yeah. Critical hit. We are going to get ourselves a shiny Oddish. Alright, I'm gonna go to the Pokemon Center and restore the PP on Vine Whip and get Venusaur unparalyzed. I think this is the lab? Yeah, this is the lab. I really hope the DOR is willing to fund me getting cybersecurity training. Do you want to know what the starting salary is for like on average, according to the quote I was given on this program card.
Program card. What do you mean?
Like it's just a card outlining like 7 months of 7 months of training, 1 class per week, and then it has the contact information for the person in charge of the program, and it says the salary per year, median IT salary in San Diego. Guess how much it is?
Oh, is that the one you were? Oh, what's that?
$121,000 a year.
Dude, that's awesome. You get that, you'll be set for life.
Right?
Especially in California, you can actually live comfortably there.
Yeah, I could. I could buy you that plane ticket.
That would be awesome. You said it's only 8 weeks?
For the security plus, yes.
Okay, yeah, because that means it would take probably about... It starts when, next week?
Oh, God bless it. I don't know if it starts next week. Right now I'm in the process of, like, trying to secure funding for the program from DOR. They might offer the class all year round, I don't know. Or I might have to wait till next year and just make do with my current job until then.
Alright.
I did have an idea while I was at the career fair. Depending on how much... Do you expect to get a tax return this year?
Oh, I already got mine.
Oh.
I did my taxes like 2 months ago.
Okay. I was...
Because I got like unemployed for 2 months in 2025, it was actually enough to file independently.
Nice. But yeah, I was thinking, once, like, I'm gonna pay $500 to my mom for that alternator loan. I'll still have about $700 left. What the two of us could do is pool money together and buy that plane ticket for that round trip in July.
Oh, I see. So how long would the trip run for?
Well, my thought was...
Because I do a vacation...
My thought was have you out here just for the whole month of July. Like, you fly in on, like, the 1st, and then you fly back out on the 30th.
Wow, that's a long time. I just want to let you know, I am going to be, what is it? Because I'm going to be, what's the word? I have a vacation in the last week of June with my family in Puerto Rico. I'm going to be there for about, like, a week. And, I guess the weird... Yeah, plus the weird part is, you know, I'm technically still, like, out of work. I'm hoping to have a job by that point, but, like, you know, even if I do, I don't know if we'll be able to get away with, like, working a whole month unless it's, like, one of those, like, remote positions.
Yeah, no, definitely. And, I mean, we can adjust the schedule we can adjust the schedule to what works. That was just a general idea, nothing specific. I do know that I would want you to be out here for the 4th of July, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for being there at 4th of July. That would sound incredible. What I was thinking is that we do, like, that weekend, right, from the 3rd to the 5th, so I can have me fly in on, like, Thursday, the day before, and then we can hang out all weekend, and then I fly back on, either Sunday or Monday.
You know what? Let's pull up airlines and see what's cheaper.
Are you sure we should do this during a recording?
Good point.
We are still recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know we're not live, so my brain just goes, hey, why the fuck not?
Yeah, I just want to be cautious. We won't share any, like, personal information on the... It is going to go to YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, but the good news is I can cut it out if need be.
You know, I had a feeling that that thing was going to happen, because I noticed it's getting a thing where it's getting, like... a little too toasty, but not too toasty there, because it happened the last time. It happened over a year ago. But because in the past couple streams, for the past few months, actually, it was staying like a little bit warm, not like boiling hot. This was like hot to where I could barely touch the keys, and usually gets that means okay, not too far. I think what I'll do next time, just to be safe, is before we start, I'm going to put the fan to like extreme mode instead of to extreme performance. And then, we'll take it from there.
Ooh, we found a male Paris!
Oh, cool! Awesome!
blast it, that fucking hurts. Shit.
What? Oh,
I like leaned on my elbow on my right arm, which is still sore for some reason.
Oh, yeah. Just do be cautious about that.
It is weird that your laptop suddenly decided to die like that.
Yeah, that hasn't happened in over. I still was shocked when it happened the first time. That was before the hinge on my screen broke. I'm still kind of. I remember the first time it happened. I did like 3 times in like a row, and it was like, what is going on? It was so weird.
You know,
and
I was like, it's so funny.
Like,
the other day, literally yesterday, I'm like, I wish I could buy Rick a proper gaming computer.
I was gonna buy myself a pro. I mean, I have it. It is a gaming computer. Here's the kicker, though. And I game on this thing all the time. I play indie games on this thing all the time. And when I started playing Star Wars, there were no issues either for the first several months. And then in the middle of March, right before GDC, it just went yeah.
But your computer has like so many problems at this point.
I know they often say like you're supposed to get a new computer every 5 years or something, but you know nowadays every computer comes with Windows 11, which I heard is decent for gaming actually. I know with other things a little kind of laggy.
That is a lie.
Like,
that is a bold-faced lie. As someone who had to use Windows 11 for a brief period, I mean, sure, Windows 11 is good for gaming, but it is a privacy and security nightmare. Did you know that Microsoft will screenshot your computer's screen every 5 minutes and send it to their servers?
Oh, I heard about that. That's really weird.
Yeah, I would say you should. I would encourage everyone to try Linux Bazite, because for 90, if your gaming Bazite is your go-to distro, it's been working great for me. The only hiccups I've had is Doom, the Dark Ages. That's it. Everything else I've managed to find a workaround for. And if you're not gaming, you could probably get away with using Mint, which is set up just like Windows 7.
Oh, that's nice, yeah. I think I'll need to get a desktop computer for that, and I would also have to download the thing from, like, another existing computer first, and then transfer it to, like, my computer bill. And that, you know what sucks, though? That's something I actually want to do. One of my plans was to save up the money to build myself a desktop computer, so I could just, like, have it powered up to meet my needs. But ever since I got laid off, those plans have been shattered, and then, we had the whole chip situation. I heard it's changing slightly because a lot of the stuff with OpenAI is not going as planned, and they're not buying the RAM they said they would. And now there's like, I heard the supplies have changed because of that, and also some of the people who are like developing software, like Anthropic and Google and stuff, they're actually building their own like RAM and data chips and stuff. So that's gonna bring more supplies to the market.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I wanted to buy a 2 terabyte micro SD for my handheld emulator to store PS3 ROMs on, as well as music and videos, just in case something were to ever happen to my phone, mostly. And I also wanted to buy another 2 terabyte micro SD for my phone because I have a 500 gigabyte micro SD in there right now, and that sucker is full. It is at capacity.
How did you manage to fill the storage on your phone? Like, what are you downloading exactly?
Rick, I have over 5,000 albums on my phone for music and audiobooks.
Oh, that's right. You're one of those people who downloads everything on your phone.
Yes, I am one of those people who stores literally everything locally because I don't want to rely on servers or the internet. I want to get an EMP shielded briefcase that I can keep my phone and my handheld in, so that way in the event of an end of the world scenario, like an EMP fries everything, I will still have access to that, to those games and that music.
I see.
This is a bad matchup, I'm just gonna run.
You don't have any fire types?
No, not yet. I haven't run into any.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. You know what's really funny? If you look at the Pokemon distribution between Fire Red and Leaf Green, most of the exclusive types in Fire Red are grass types. Most of the exclusive types in Leaf Green are fire types.
That is so weird.
It is kind of. My guess they probably did this to encourage trading between the two versions.
Yeah, but it's
So
like,
you can, like, trade your
but
things.
doesn't it seem kind of misleading to make all the exclusives in Fire Red grass types?
Well, not all the exclusives, but a good chunk of them are. I would say like about 20 to 25%.
Like, I know for a fact you cannot get Vulpix in Fire Red.
Oh yes, you get them in Leaf Green.
That
You know what it is? It's
that
also
annoys the
because
shit out of me too,
actually
because... Oh, no, you go first and then I'll say my piece.
No, because I was say because the flagship type for Fire Red is Charizard, and for Leaf Green is Venusaur, and the developers assume, oh, they're probably gonna pick, Charizard and Venusaur, so let's just make sure there's some grass types so like they can have a balanced team.
I hate that you're probably right.
Well, that's what I would think. Also, did you hear what happened to Eric Swalwell?
Who's Eric Swalwell?
He is one of the representatives out of the state of California. I forget what district he's in, but he was the guy that was like infamous for being caught sleeping with a Chinese spy during COVID.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
What did he do this time?
I don't understand the details of the story. It's kind of developing, but basically there's been a huge sexual assault allegations or scandals surrounding him. And because of that, there's now been pressure. Now a lot of Democrats who, because the thing with him is that he's actually one of the people that's running for the governor of California in this year's election. And because of these recent scandals, a lot of people who are endorsing him have actually withdrawn their endorsements.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Rape is not a very palatable subject matter. It is wrong. It is distasteful. One might dare say it is evil.
Right, yeah. I don't know if it's specifically the R word or if it was some other kind of sexual allegation, but what I do know is that when the story broke, a lot of people started pulling out. And you do have to keep in mind that because Kamala Harris did not run for the governor's seat, it's basically become a massive free-for-all among the left where, there's 15 different Democrat candidates running in a seat, and, nobody seems to agree which one they want. And so, that's actually why there's a real possibility that we could have, because the way California works, it has a jungle primary, so what that means is that whoever's, the top two in the primary, regardless of party, they will advance to the general. And right now, the two leading candidates are both Republicans. And funnily enough, they're the only Republicans running in that race, so...
I hope the sheriff wins. I would love to see a Republican sheriff become governor of California.
I mean, we saw a Republican sheriff become governor in Nevada, and they've been doing a lot better since then.
No. In fact, the reason that I bring it up is the guy who's running for governor here that is a sheriff, he brought up that exact case as to why he thinks he has a shot at winning.
Yeah, that's yeah, I mean, he's not wrong, and if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure he has the Trump endorsement, so, what's probably gonna happen is the Trump people are probably gonna go with him, and then I think we'll probably split between the two guys. I am curious to see what's gonna happen down ballot, because typically, in that scenario, usually in a midterm year, if there is a governor, because not every state has a governor's race, during midterm years, it varies year by year, but, in a situation where, there is a governor's election, usually that's kind of the top of the ticket, and then it trickles down from there. And if we have a scenario where the top two candidates are both Republicans, I wonder how that's going to impact Dem turnout, right?
They'll stay home.
How many would show up? That's what I'm thinking too, right? Especially if there's no Dem, or I could see some writing in a candidate, maybe if they really like I don't know, Lisa Page or something. I'm just making up a name, but if they I don't know, Lisa Limpson or something, they could write that person in. I could see that happening. I don't know how many people would do that though, because usually you just pick the name that's on the ballot,
Yeah.
I mean, you can write in a candidate, but how many people are gonna go out of the way just to do that?
I wish I could remember the name of the candidate whose ad I saw on YouTube when I was sitting at Jack in the Box back in January. I was like, it was a campaign ad, and he was talking about like how it's become like financially unlivable for young people, and I'm like, I don't care what party you're from, I love what you're saying, I feel so seen. Like, if that guy was a Democrat, I would probably still vote for him.
Well, the issue there is that Abigail Spanberg, who's the governor of Virginia, she ran on that exact platform, like affordability, saying, hey, you vote for me, I'll make life more affordable. Lo and behold, when she goes in there, she instead raises taxes on everyone and actually makes the state more expensive. And she's basically implementing a radical left-wing agenda that basically nobody in Virginia voted for.
I don't know enough about that situation to comment. I will say this. A left-wing YouTuber who I follow, who is almost a communist? I don't know if he's actually a communist or not. He, according to him, he's been told he's not a real communist by online communists, so that's probably a good sign. Either way...
Well, you do gotta keep in mind with the left is that they're so Puritan that, like, if you're too slightly to the right of Joseph Stalin, you're not left-wing. And so, like, there are people who call Kamala Harris a Republican because she partnered with Liz Cheney in the last election.
Oh, that is a big boy! That is a fat boy right there!
Oh man, a parasect? That's wild.
I didn't even expect to see one of those here. But yeah, back on what I was saying, Alistair made a very good point in that not every, like, raising taxes on a bunch of, a bunch of corporations that aren't really contributing by not employing people, outsourcing jobs to H-1B people and AI, if they were to leave the state, that might bring down the cost of living because the companies setting up in downtown areas is driving up the price of real estate.
Honestly, you imagine a much bigger case just deporting the illegals. Because, like, you saw what happened in the LA traffic, where once the deportation started happening, traffic in LA just dropped dramatically.
That was, like, only for a week, though, dude. That wasn't a permanent change.
Oh, was it now? Well, that's actually the interesting part, though, because some people claim that, like, there's a lot of people online who claim that deportations aren't happening, particularly those who claim to be right-wing. But if you talk to people on the left and you pay attention to what's actually going on, they're still happening. It's just because of what's been going on internationally, it's just not being focused on it much. So they're actually getting more work done. So they're like arresting people and getting them out of there. And also there's been other updates as well. Like for example, with the H-1B situation, they basically stalled the H-1B process to where it's taking significantly longer to get applications approved. Like, there was a guy, like, I think the Prime Minister, not the Prime Minister in India, one of the elected officials in India was literally on national television, and he was complaining that there were tens of thousands of Indians who are stuck in India because they can't get their visas approved.
Good. Stay there.
Yeah, there's that, and then also, with the deportation, what's happening is that people, when they get detained, what Trump did was he basically fired a bunch of immigration lawyers and then replaced nearly all of them. And the people he put in charge are people who are much more strict on like the asylum process, and they're just accepting claims way less. Like it peaked and it got really huge under Biden, but then since Trump's second term, the asylum approval process dropped from like 95% all the way down to 7%.
Damn, that's
like
good.
Almost none of them are getting improved. Like I kid you not, the only people that have actually come into this country within the past year is like roughly just under 4,000, and the vast majority of them are from South Africa. Like I think the only exceptions, the only ones that weren't South African was 3 people, and they were all from Afghanistan. Like that's literally it. Like you go back to 2024. And we had people from like 20 or 30 different countries coming in. It was crazy. We went from that to just 2. And actually, Seth, do you know what's been going on in South Africa lately?
I know that there's been a spot of trouble and that there was, I think it was either Zimbabwe or another one that was like, they were singing Kill the Boer, which was apparently meant to be a euphemism for white farmers.
Yeah, that was in South Africa, yeah, and so because now what's been going on, Trump basically decided that, hey, I'm going to take the white South Africans, I'm going to bring them, the farmers specifically, I'm going to bring them out of the country and bring them here. And that's basically what he did. And now a lot of those farmers are just working out in rural, southern states because they're farmers by trade. So they went to farmlands naturally.
Right.
And yeah, they're doing a lot better now. I just don't mind them coming here because like what was going on in South Africa was just crazy. And a lot of it basically boiled down to, because once the black majority took over the country, it just became this weird like grievance type thing where they weren't maintaining the infrastructure that was built from before, and they were really focused on just like mistreating their like white neighbors and stuff. And it's really sad to see. It's like once the Europeans left, a lot of those countries have devolved into like civil war and like poverty and stuff. It's really sad to see because like they could have been something, but it just seemed to me in a lot of the countries that I've been looking at, because a lot of people don't talk about Africa a lot, like the South Saharan like countries and stuff, and it's just so much chaos across the board. Like there's only a handful of places that are doing even somewhat. Like there's this one, I remember which one. There's this one country where basically all the poor people live in like the mainland, but then the leadership and the really rich folks, they live in like an island off the coast that's part of the same country. And because of that, it's effectively a one-side dictatorship where like there's just no chance of like change or anything because all the power's on the little island off the coast. It'd be kind of like if Taiwan had governed, if like the CCP was in Taiwan and they ruled over China.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah, it's great. I forget which. I think it's somewhere on the east coast of Africa. I'm not sure where, but like, yeah, it's really crazy things that go on over there.
Yeah, as much as I want to put a complete freeze on immigration from everywhere, I can't deny that taking in the farmers from South Africa was probably a good call.
Yeah, that absolutely was. And I get the stance on immigration. I think the issue is that we were just bringing like, honestly, because I think we're kind of overdue for moratorium, because like the last time we had immigration moratorium was like in the, I would say the late 20th or early 21st century, but there was like a 50-year period where we did not have any immigration, and the reason for that is to basically to get the people who came in to either assimilate or to leave, and most of them did in fact assimilate, and once that happened, then we reopened the immigration process.
Absolutely.
And I think we are kind of over... Yeah, if nothing else, just to clean up the immigration system and to make sure that what happened under the last administration doesn't happen again. Because, if we just keep... I was looking at, like, population statistics out of, like, the blue cities and blue states. Like, between losing so many people, like, moving out of the cities and states, and people within the state just not having as many children, I couldn't explain why they're much more dependent on immigration, because otherwise their cities just don't grow. And that could also explain why, Democrats are much more unwilling to just comply with ICE in terms of, like, dealing with deportations. Because I'm telling you right now, if the Democrat cities and states comply more with ICE, we would not be having the issues with immigration that we do now. Because that's part of the reason why this process is taking so long, is because they're just established places that kind of go against the rules, and it's just really annoying.
Oh, thank God. Poison Sting is really weird. It doesn't do very much damage, but it has this really annoying habit of poisoning my party pretty frequently when we're hit by it, but it never does that when I try to use it on other mons.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I had that issue too. Well, I didn't have it as frequently in my playthrough of Fire Red, but like, if you get a poison needle too often, you can get poisoned. I actually have that happen way more often with the Nidorino, because, it's a... Oh,
Nidorino also has Poison Point, where if you make physical contact with it, it can poison you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to say Nidoran. I think, yeah, Nidorino does that too, but the Nidoran line specifically, like male Nidoran is the one I came across a lot, and that's the one that really had those issues. Okay, that's good.
Hey, which do you think was the worst movie? Star Wars The Force Awakens or Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
I would say probably The Force Awakens, only because it was basically just a loose retelling of episode 4. Whereas at least with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, they were at least trying to tell an original story. Even the story was not told the best. Because I will admit, I know like some people didn't like Kingdom of Crystal Skull, but I don't hate nearly as much as some other people who saw it. I thought it was just okay.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, though. I think that was back when Hollywood was still expected to do good with established franchises, and it was simply okay when it came from a line of films that were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I do agree. And you know what's so funny? George Lucas was trying to get aliens into Indiana Jones since at least the 90s. He had to try to do it during the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. And, you know, ultimately the crew kind of shot back at that because, like, that doesn't really fit the setting. And, you know, he kind of stopped for a bit. And that's they've been trying to make a fourth movie actually since the completion of the third film. Throughout the 90s, they just couldn't find the right script for it, and George was really, because George, I don't know why, because you know, we had Star Wars and stuff, but for some reason he's really insisted on having aliens in Indiana Jones film. I don't know if he was trying to cross over with Star Wars or something like that. Obviously, it didn't happen, obviously. So, you know, as a compromise, what they did was rather than having like aliens in the movie, they made sort of almost like holograms of sorts. So it wasn't the actual aliens, but it was like a recording of an aliens from the ancient civilization that like crashed on Earth some time ago. And that's what they saw at the end of the film.
Yeah, I remember that. You know, oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I remember now. Star Wars and E.T. actually share a continuity, if you can believe it.
Oh yes, the aliens in E.T. show up in episode 1. They're in the council.
Yes, but also in E.T. during Halloween, E.T. goes out with the kids and sees a kid dressed as Yoda, and E.T. goes home, home, like he recognizes him.
Oh yeah, that is kind of funny though. I think that was mainly more of a fact that like the fact that he was dressed like an alien character, because E.T. himself is an alien. It could be like, oh, kind of looks like, you know, the people that I'm related to.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, so I don't know if you were aware of this, but like, when they were working on E.T., remember the scene where like they were using candy to lure out the alien?
Yeah, yeah. I've heard this piece of trivia before. Apparently it was originally supposed to be M&Ms, but they couldn't get the rights to use M&Ms in the scene, so they went with Reese's Pieces because the rights to use that was less expensive.
Well, not just that, but also, from what I can tell, the Hershey company is more willing to like let them do, whereas Mars was a bit more protective of M&Ms. And actually, because of that, it caused a massive spike in Reese's Pieces sales.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew about that part. Honestly, I think Reese's Pieces is the superior candy to M&Ms.
So you prefer peanut butter or chocolate then?
Absolutely. I had this thing for a while where I would just buy trail mix and I would eat trail mix before bed, and I eventually realized I do not like the M&Ms in the trail mix. I was like picking them out and like leaving them behind, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is like the exact opposite of what I would do as a kid. What the hell is going on with me?
That's crazy, bro. Like, that's actually why my parents never got trail mix as a kid, because we would just eat the M&Ms and throw the trail mix in the trash.
Bruh. I mean, I would at least eat the peanuts and the cashews as well as the M&Ms. I would pick out the raisins, though.
Yeah, nobody likes raisins.
Yeah, I think raisins is something you only eat before you actually know better than to eat raisins.
Yeah, it's why it's a common kid snack, but you'll see adults willingly eating raisins. Like, it's better to just eat, like, grapes.
Yeah.
Like, raisins are just dried up grapes.
Oh yeah, so I finally got to Death Troopers in my Star Wars reading.
Oh, nice. How's it going?
I'm not liking it as much as I liked Red Harvest yet. However, I'm about, like, I think 30% or 40% of the way through the book, and it did not feel like a long long amount of time to get that far. Mind you, this is a 10-hour book. So it hasn't reached the heights of Red Harvest, but it hasn't been slow and drudging either, so I guess it's just okay. Which is probably the worst thing it could be, because everyone hyped up Death Troopers, and like all the reviewers I've seen who talked about Red Harvest and Death Troopers say that Death Troopers is the superior book, and so far I'm like, it's not really living up to the hype.
I mean, it's basically Star Wars with zombies. I feel there's only so much you can do with the concept.
I think it could work really well. Imagine and you know, it's a different setting than Red Harvest. Red Harvest took place on a planet. This is taking place on a ship. It's like Resident Evil Revelations when they were on that ship that one time.
Yes, the sea ship, yeah. Although that was on the sea, of course, and this one's in space.
Yes. I also read through Dark Forces Soldier for the Empire last night. Well, I say read through. It's actually it's actually a radio play, and that one was really good. It was like 2 hours long, but it only felt like 30 minutes, and I'm like, damn, I want more of this. Give me more.
Hey Seth, you know it's really funny?
What's that?
So basically, if you look at the math of like the funding and stuff, NASA sent 4 humans to the moon and back using less money than the unfinished California high-speed rail.
We are going to be perpetually made fun of because of that stupid boondoggle, I swear to God.
You know what's even crazier? It turns out that Florida actually has a high-speed rail, and they got, and this under DeSantis' first term, they got the project done less than a year.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering, it goes from Miami to Orlando, and it's like, yeah, they got done less than a year, and with like a tenth of the original budget for the California Railroad.
Good on them. Oh yeah, one other thing. I finished Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2's audiobook this week, and you know how I've talked shit about The Force Unleashed 2 as a video game in the past?
Oh, yeah, what about it?
The Force Unleashed 2 as a video game is awful. The audiobook is actually really good, though. There's only one issue I have with it.
What's that?
The ending of the book, Starkiller and the Rebel Alliance capture Darth Vader. And because The Force Unleashed 3 never happened, we have zero explanation as to what the fuck happened between that and Dark Forces Soldier for the Empire, where Vader is just going about his usual Imperial business. I feel like we kind of need we need an explanation as to how the fuck Vader escaped from captivity there, and what the fuck Palpatine did to him, because that's an almost incomprehensible loss. Oh, God bless it, I fainted the Weedle again. I did not mean to do that.
Oh no!
Oh, Lapras is learning Body Slam? Yeah, we'll get rid of Mist. Mist isn't that good. Of course, I say there is no Force Unleashed 3, but that's technically not true.
There was one in development, yes, but it got canceled with the Disney buyout.
Well, not only that, but there's a, the fans got a hold of the notes for the story and created a fan adaptation of the story, so I have an audiobook of The Force Unleashed 3, actually.
Oh, okay, cool, so what was the plot going to be?
I don't know yet. I haven't listened to it. I downloaded it last year, and back at that point, I was still in the Old Republic era, and I'm reading in chronological order. I will do a full review on To Be Continued when I get to Force Unleashed 3, though. Same for Sword of the Jedi, because it's a similar situation where the fans pieced together what was supposed to happen based off the author's notes, and basically created their own book, created a fan book of it. Although I've heard that Sword of the Jedi isn't very good, and for some reason, it's three books long, and each book is like 30 hours. That seems kind of bloated.
Oh, that's wild.
I'm guessing that they wanted to... Okay, so apparently Abeloth's story didn't really end conclusively in the Fate of the Jedi novels, which is news to me, but apparently that was going to be an ongoing thing. And I'm guessing what happened with the Sword of the Jedi fan novels is that they wanted that to be the swan song for the Star Wars EU, and as such, they ended up like making it this big ordeal that's just absolutely huge, and like tying up every loose end. That's all. That's the only conclusion I can draw from that.
Oh, so they were gonna make it the grand finale to the EU storyline, at least the main EU storyline.
I don't know if that was the initial intention with the Sword of the Jedi novels, but it's what the fans have decided to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I do know is in the last EU book that was published, it showed Luke, Leia, and Han in their 60s, and that they were basically getting ready to retire instead of the next generation.
Oh yeah,
so
Crucible.
What I'm getting... Yes, so basically my guess is this story probably would have been the last, at least for Luke, Leia, Han, and then the next story would just focus on next generation of Jedi characters, whoever they may be.
Yeah.
And then eventually we would get to Kate Skywalker.
One thing I have to clarify, they were beyond their 60s at that point. I want to say they were in their 70s or their 80s.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely. This definitely would have had to been the last one then, because unless you want to put them in like their hundreds or something.
I mean, the average lifespan of a human in the Star Wars galaxy is about like 110 years, and if you're force sensitive, you live a little bit longer actually. So Luke could have probably made it to his mid-130s.
Wow. Do you think he would still be like the Grand Master by that point, or would he like retire?
That's a good question, and I don't honestly know. I'm imagining he probably would have retired and passed down Grandmaster to Jaina, and then when she was, she would eventually pass that down to Ben Skywalker. Because I know that Cole Skywalker, Cade's father, was Grand Master of the Order in the Legacy comics.
Yeah, that's why I bring it up, because Legacy takes place about 100 years after the events of, like, A New Hope, and by that point Luke was long and gone, so, yeah, so would they make Cade, like, Luke's great-grandson, or great-grandson?
Let me think. Luke, Ben, Cole, Cade, so he would be Luke's great-grandson.
That's what I figured, because I checked the EU timeline in my, on the website, and the Legacy comics, yeah, I'd say like 100+ years after, just as a rough estimate.
I wonder if that's 100 years after A New Hope or 100 years after Crucible. 100 years after Crucible would make more sense logistically, but I've heard that the official timeline they used didn't make as much sense because there's not much word on what happened to the other characters between Crucible and Legacy.
Yeah, I only know for certain that most of them were probably dead by that point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what I just remembered? Cade Skywalker uses a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun in Legacy. That's one of his weapons.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey Seth, I'm curious, what are your thoughts on data centers?
I mean, we kind of need those to power AI and the internet. It's kind of a problem that they're using up so much water, but I'm hoping that as we design them more efficiently, they'll stop doing that as much.
I think once we embrace nuclear energy, it'll be a lot easier to build up the resources necessary to power infrastructure.
I mean, you're probably right, but it isn't so much the power consumption that's the problem, it's the cooling.
Oh, what, oh, you mean for the data centers?
Yeah, cooling the data centers is what's using up all that water, not powering them.
Oh, I don't know, because I can't remember. I read an article somewhere saying that, like, just going through the thing of data centers, and supposedly they're not using as much water as some people online are claiming, but I gotta find the thing again, because I just found it when scrolling on Twitter once, so I didn't get a chance to bookmark it.
Wait, the gym leader's name is Sissy? That's funny. Alright, she uses water types. Venusaur and Pikachu have this absolutely covered. In fact, Pikachu and Venusaur
Hey
are
Seth,
so
remember the Zoo Pals?
Oh my god. Yeah, I do actually.
Did you ever get those or no?
Like, once.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like one time. My mom saw no point in buying them as they were more expensive than paper plates, and they didn't serve much more of a purpose than beyond them.
Oh, you got me kidding me. My fan wasn't plugged in all the way. That's probably my computer overheating. Son of a gun. The cable was loose on the fan.
Well, there you go.
My cooling fan. Son of a bitch, you gotta be kidding me. I didn't realize that because I was adjusting my charger because to keep it down, the stupid thing wasn't plugged in all the way. Are you kidding me? That's why it was cool? Oh, look at it. See, now it's down to the mid-60s. Look at that. Well, I also unplugged my charger as well, so that's partially why. Because this gets a little bit harder when I'm using the computer while charging it, but only a little bit, not by much.
Right.
But still, I'm really annoyed by this. Like, I'm playing Star Wars this whole time. Son of a gun.
Oh well, there's always next week.
That's okay. I don't know. Honestly, we're not even streaming today anyway, so I'm not even as upset. But like, I think for next time, like I said, I'll make sure the thing's plugged in. I think what I'll do is once I'm done working, oh, that's another thing too. I use the computer for a lot longer today. Because usually I turn off the computer on like 1, 2 o'clock my time and let it off for several hours. And it helps to like get it cool before I start the stream. So that way it can last a bit longer. I think because I used it longer, didn't turn it off all the way. That could be why. Because I like to give breaks between like when I'm working, when I'm streaming. So like it's not just like on all day, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll do that for next week as well. Actually, next week is when this application for that aerospace thing opens up, and it opens midnight on Friday, so I'm gonna send that application in right at midnight. I just gotta get my resume all tooled up, ready to go, and then send it in, and then we'll take it from there.
Hell yeah,
Good
luck, man.
Plan, because that job pays, like, the training's about $30 an hour. It's out of Oklahoma City, but that's only 3 months. And after that, I can make basically up to $150,000 a year within the first 3 years of working. Because that's a full-time job within the government, so if I get that, you know, I could be set for life. And I could probably work, like, anywhere in the country, too, because, like, there's plenty of airports all across the land. And, you know, one of my top goals is to travel, you know, across the nation, visit every state, so if I have a job like that, I could probably pull it off pretty reasonably.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what the best living in a country like America is that there's so much places to explore. Like, if I was in a smaller country, I'd only have so much to explore. But like here, I can travel most places freely. There we go. Oh yeah, I feel it now. Unbelievable. You gotta be kidding me. Can't believe this thing was loose. I could have sworn I had it plugged in. And then I'm like, see, now it's 30 now. It wasn't like that even an hour ago. Like, freak, man. I hate when that happens.
Wait, why do I have Tackle as Venusaur's first, or Ivysaur's first move? Let's fix that. There we go, that's better.
Wait, how did you do that?
What, switch where their moves are? You press the select button.
Can you do that in Fire Red?
You can do it in any Pokemon game.
I legit had no idea.
You haven't
I
been,
feel
you
really
haven't been
dumb
playing
now.
Pokemon for very many years, have you?
I played Heart Gold and Soul Silver a long time ago, but you know that was on the DS, and so you could just move it around with a touchscreen.
Yeah, I mean, the select button method worked there too, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's because in those games, like all the moves were on the touchscreen, and so you didn't have to worry about causing the thing.
If you had to have a Pokemon as a pet and not to battle with, which one would you choose?
As a pet, probably probably an Arcanine.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so you know how in the anime all the police have Arcanine, right?
Yeah, what about it?
When Pokemon Go was a thing, there was a gym at the RV park where I worked at, and me and all the other security guards decided to stock it with nothing but Arcanines.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. If I had to have a Pokemon as a pet, I would probably choose Pikachu.
I see. Oh, wow! I feel like an idiot!
What's that?
Yeah, you're right. I did select it, now it lets me switch my move. Man, I feel so dumb. That can fix a lot of things.
Okay. Dragon and water. Let's go with Pikachu. Or wait, no, that's Kingdra that's dragon. Kingdra is such a cool mon.
Oh crap, I'm buying an Oddish. I just realized it's a poison type. I tried to poison it, like, wait a minute, it's a poison type.
Yeah.
That was really dumb.
You want to know something funny? Venusaur is actually, while it is a grass and poison type, it's actually better as a pure grass build than putting any poison type moves on it.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. It got its start as grass, so I'm sure the grass thing will probably be stronger since it's the primary type.
No, actually, having dual types, a primary versus secondary type doesn't mean that any one type is stronger than the other. It actually means you get a equal attack advantage for both if you use moves that match their type.
Yeah, but that means they also have like a weakness thing, right?
Yeah, that does mean they have
that
doesn't mean they have extra weaknesses. The only reason that I say build Venusaur as a purely grass attacker is because the only good poison move is Sludge Bomb. That's it. That is literally it. And you're gonna want to put Cut on a Venusaur most likely for the HM. But then that leaves 3 slots for Solar Beam, Giga Drain, and Frenzy Plant, which all 3 of those completely outclass Sludge Bomb.
I see.
Oh, wait a minute. That's a level 22 Blastoise. You cheated, game. War Turtle doesn't evolve into Blastoise until level 35.
Oh yeah, this kind of BS. Do you have to evolve a Nidorio into a Nidoking? You only need a Moonstone?
Yeah, but the problem with Base Fire Red is that there is a limited number of Moonstones, so you would need to trade to get all the Moonstone evolutions.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Because right now I have to choose between like a Nidoking and a Wigglytuff.
Bro, go with Clefable. Clefable is infinitely better than Wigglytuff. Granted, you have to do some... Granted, you have to train it to level 45 for it to learn Meteor Mash if you want to do that, but still.
Who, Clefairy or Clefable?
you want to train a Clefairy to level 45 for it to learn Meteor Mash. Once you evolve it into Clefable, it will stop learning new moves.
Really?
Yeah. That's not good. I don't have any potions. Well, this is her ace, and she's already used her one super potion. I figure Ivysaur can get one more attack off before fainting, or we can switch directly into Pikachu, hope that Pikachu tanks. No, we're gonna play it safe. And he outsped me. Thank you, game. Very cool.
Oh, that's annoying.
Now, Pikachu is a speedster. We probably don't need to use Thunder Wave to slow down Blastoise any more than it already is. Let's just do Thunder Shock and hope we get lucky. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah! Coral Eye badge is slightly increasing your Pokemon's attack. I also want you to have this. TM3? TM3 teaches Water Pulse. I mean, it can confuse it has a chance to confuse Pokemon, so that's okay. I wonder what we're supposed to do now.
I guess get some more money.
Yeah, that is usually a good step. That is usually a good idea. Oh yeah, has Spaceballs 2 come out yet?
That's coming out next year.
Oh.
It comes out on one of my friend's birthdays.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I got nice though because this year Avengers Doomsday comes out on my birthday, and then next year Secret Wars also comes out on my birthday, so I get 2 Avengers films back to back.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Razor Leaf, yes, I will take that. That is almost a straight upgrade to Vine Whip, however, we don't need Growl. It's cool that all the Pokemon got custom sprites in this game, even if it is mostly just color changes. Like that Squirtle should be it should be less like sky blue and more like greenish blue. Do you think you can beat me in my electric Pokemon? Yeah, I should be able to. I have like a level 22 Venusaur. Ivysaur, I don't know what they're called. Maybe leading with Lapras wasn't the best idea against a Voltorb, but what can you do? Strange that it hasn't used any electric moves yet.
Oh, there it is.
What'd you find?
Oh no, I saw you select your type move.
Oh, yeah. Although that wasn't really, that was a buff move, so it didn't really count. Inner tubers, you look beatable. I could say the same to you, kid. You think Mother 3 will ever get an official English release?
I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards no, only because even with like the virtual console library, I mean with the Switch Online library, having more Japanese titles in the English library selection, they still have not added Mother 3.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I think Nintendo America probably because it's probably too controversial to release in the West, so they're just holding off on it.
What makes you say that?
Because in the game there's a group of characters that are kind of based on the gypsies, but they all look like dudes, but they have like makeup and stuff, and so they probably think that's I guess if I recall correctly, my guess is that they probably think it's too risky to bring to the West, so they're kind of leaving it out. Especially given their conversations regarding like transgenderism and like
yeah.
in recent years. Because I think if that hadn't happened, they might be more willing to do it. But like now, the controversy surrounding transgenderism and like how that's been playing out there, I think they're just playing it safe and just not even touching that.
Yeah. Did you know that the creator of the Mother series said that whatever the viewer interprets as happening when the final needle is pulled out in Mother 3 is what happened in the game?
Huh. Does the game show anything, or is it just a flash of white?
It's a flash of white. Me, I like to imagine it was the physical return of Christ.
Oh, that's funny. So does the game end when you pull the last needle, or is there something that happens after?
I have no idea. I haven't played Mother 3 in a very long time. Last time was in high school. I plan on playing all 3 of the games for the channel at some point.
Oh, cool.
Now I only have water moves. This little seahorse might beat my Loch Ness Monster. Fucking embarrassing. Nope, never mind. We're good. We are good to go.
Alright.
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
Why are you gay? Who says I am gay? You are gay. You are transgender. That interview is fucking hilarious. Did you know that the reporter who asked why are you gay now runs his own news YouTube channel?
Oh, that is so funny.
Oh yeah.
Where's he based out of?
I want to say. Oh god. It's not Cape Town. That's not right. It's somewhere in South Africa.
All right. Yeah, I kind of figured, given the accent and the fact that he's speaking English, so
Right.
that was my first guess.
He actually did a video where he was doing a retrospective on that interview. Oh, thank God. We might actually have a shot of beating this seal.
Alrighty. I probably there's a Pokemon called Seal, but it's just Seal with 2 E's.
Yeah. Shelter. I'm not fighting Shelter with this low health on him. Yeah, Shelter's an ice type. That's gonna Shrek my Venusaur or Ivysaur. So we're gonna send in Pikachu. So Rick, do you nickname Pokemon?
Sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, I really don't actually.
I tend not to. However, I was playing through Heart and Soul, which is a gold silver crystal remake on the Fire Red and Leaf Green engine, and I decided to nickname my team then. And guess what I named my Togepi?
What was that?
I named him Grogu.
Funny.
Yeah.
Calling Pokemon another Pokemon's name is kind of funny.
Grogu isn't a Pokemon's name. It's the Baby Yoda.
Oh, right, never mind.
I wonder if Krabby and Kingler still have the Guillotine and Crab Hammer moves in Gen 3. That might just be Gen 1. Shit, right, no PP left. Alright, we're using Surf. I forget who I was talking about with this. It might have been you, it might have been my dad. But did you see the tweet from the creator of Mega Man Star Force saying if the Star Force Legacy Collection does well, they'll consider making a 4th Star Force game?
Oh, cool, that'd be really cool. I wonder if the person behind Battle Network said the same thing.
I would love a Battle Network 7, but the problem is, Battle Network 6 literally ended with the end at the end of the epilogue.
Oh, really?
Yes. And,
yeah, if I remember correctly, because I know Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to tell you, Battle Network 6 epilogue talks about how Mail and Lan got married and had a kid, and then then Mega Man and Roll had Mega Man Jr., which was a synthesis of those two NetNavis.
Oh, that is so funny.
Yeah. If they do make a Star Force 4, I wonder if they're going to use the original story plan that was leaked way back in the way back when. The original plan for Star Force 4 was Geo was going to meet Lan's descendant, and they were going to become fugitives, and the entire story would center around them trying to clear their name.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. Because you know what's so funny? Apparently, of all the Mega Man Legacy collections they've released thus far, the Star Wars one seems to be the most successful one. Because there were a lot of good things sales-wise in that one.
Really? I didn't expect it to do well at all, because Star Force wasn't well received when it came out. It was incredibly incredibly niche, even among Battle Network fans.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I think because they've had to put so much effort to the online play, I think it can help to bring in a lot of new people to the series, especially those who want to, like, compete with each other. Because, you know, every Mega Man collects something different. Like, the first one had, like, boss challenges, the second one, the X series had the 2 bosses, and then, much like the Battle Network one, the Star Wars, they both had online play, like, battles and stuff, so that could be a thing, too. And honestly, I think another Mega Man RPG could be something that Capcom could do in the modern age, just because you don't have anything quite like Battle Network or Star Force right now, aside from like fan games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait till Chrono X comes out. That's gonna be so much fun. If you're wondering what Chrono X is, it's a Mega Man Battle Network fan game that proposes to be the 7th entry in the series.
Oh. Is it gonna have two versions like Mega Man Battle Networks 3 through 6?
No, it's just one version.
I see.
Interestingly, they are making not just a computer version, but an Android version as well, meaning I could play it on my handheld. Why are we playing Lavender Town music?
It's anime themes.
We discovered that Pokemon are not vulnerable to disobey when they are inside their Pokeball. Grimer, Voltorb, return. Thank you for your help, Officer Jenny. Officer Jenny, hello there. We have a lot of trouble with disobeying Pokemon around Mandarin Island North lately. We're not sure what causes this behavior of Pokemon, but we suspect it has something to do with a psychic Pokemon. Ghastly here, a ghost Pokemon, doesn't seem to be affected by it. And we all know ghost Pokemon have an advantage over psychic Pokemon. So if I may give you an advice... Okay then. Yes, give me an advice. Keep your Pokemon in their Pokeballs as much as possible. In there they won't. They are not vulnerable to start disobeying you. Well, I'm going back to work. If you might happen to find any information about the disobeying Pokemon problem, please let us know. The police station is just a little north of here. Time to heal up our team. Well, it is almost 8 o'clock here. Why don't we save the game and... Oh yeah, we aren't live, so we won't be raiding anyone.
You could just stop it now, honestly.
Yeah. This is a good point to stop at. And hopefully my arm will stop hurting.
Is your arm still in pain, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, you still have Streamlabs open?
Yeah.